It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Packers and the Birds, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Rodgers on the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Let's do this. I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, another shot for Jones. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. There's Rodgers to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Rodgers now on 1st down. Incomplete. Robert Tonyan, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions,
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Let's go, let's go.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. On 1st down, Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The give is to Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We got this.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. And he's got some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Great corner out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, then you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing is Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Working with a 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Packers in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and 8 coming up. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Now back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, back to Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Hurts. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
another run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw is Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. His throw incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here I go. Come on.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Jones hit and the ball's out. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Second and short now following the fumble. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Let's go.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. And they get the guard there, Lucas Patrick. Again, it's Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 74 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, here's Jones. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity.